So what exactly is evolution? And why did it become one of the most contentious areas of science? It all starts with questioning yourself how everything began in the first place. Where did the universe came from? And how we as an organism become one of the most thriving species of the world. We all know we are here for science, and we definitely like mysteries that give us tough time. Well, thanks to the methods of radiometric dating, microwave background radiation by Planck spacecraft, and Wilson microwave anisotropy probe, we now know that our universe is around 13.7 billion years old. There was an extremely hot, dense, unstable singularity where time and space were meaningless. And so, to make itself stable, the singularity underwent a massive explosion called the Big Bang, which resulted in the exponential expansion of the universe called the cosmic inflation. The universe cooled sufficiently to make subatomic particles and then atoms. This is partly explained by the baryonic asymmetry principle, which states that subatomic particles formed as a result of unequal abundances of matter and antimatter. The primordial elements were gases like hydrogen, helium, and lithium, and metals like potassium, zinc, and sodium, which at that high temperature remained volatile, and which coalesced through gravity, making space and time and forming early stars and galaxies. Our Earth formed around 4.6 billion years ago, out of a mixture of dust and gases around the young star. The dust and the gases were brought together by forces of drag to form clumps of rock that grew into what scientists called planetesimals, and which were 10 to hundreds of miles across, but that the gravitational forces clumped them into protoplanets. A giant impact between proto-Earth and another protoplanets, roughly the size of the Mars called Theia, formed our natural satellite, the Moon. This is the scientific explanation for the origin of the universe. Let us now look at the scientific explanation for the origin of life on Earth. It is not exactly true that life on Earth originated after the Earth was formed and cooled down, for there are evidence of bacteria-like organisms that date back to 4 billion years old, and they are roughly aged the same as the Earth, and they may have existed even earlier than that. And quite interestingly, the building block of life like RNA and DNA and protein have been detected in the interstellar spaces by radio telescopes. In 1953, Opren and Haldane suggested that life originated from non-living organic matter like RNA and protein, which was followed by chemical evolutionary theory, suggesting that Earth's atmospheric condition led to the formation of organic molecules from inorganic ones. An important new discovery was made when scientists discovered an autocatalytic RNA. An autocatalytic RNA does not require protein for replication in producing RNA or DNA. So we can assume that the RNA world was inhabited by autocatalytic RNA, leading to the formation of protocell, which is to say membrane-bounded cells. And then everything as we know is explained by biological evolutionary theory that was proposed by Charles Darwin and Alfred Russel Wallace. The phenomena of evolution was first discovered by Darwin in 1859 when he went out to HMS Beagle and found variations in the finches of mockingbird on the Galapagos Island. He would then later in his life propose one of the most contentious theories of all time in his books on the origin of species. And when he spoke of evolution, what he really wanted to establish is that the nature selects the most adapted and the most fit organism, to which he referred the survival of fittest, and let it procreate and pass on the favorable traits so that his own generation may survive and do not go extinct. And that's how we know that genetically diverse species may arise from a common ancestor. But Darwin did not know of the mechanism through which traits are descended. He did not know of the genes. It was later in 1860s that the father of genetics, Gregor Mendel, proposed the concept of genes and gave laws of inheritance. According to Derek Turner and Joyce C., when really small changes occur over a relatively short period of time, scientists call it microevolution. And when in a given time and accumulated changes create an entirely new species, then the process is known as macroevolution. This long-term process has what turned dinosaurs into birds and amphibian mammals into whales, and common ancestor of apes and humans into people, chimps and gorillas.